Troy Mann. Nice win last night, Coach, over Syracuse, despite giving up the first 2 goals. Your team came back in pretty solid fashion and put together a nice performance.
Yeah, just reviewing the game this morning, we did a lot of real good things, specifically from that power play goal on, and it's amazing what special teams can do to change the momentum of a hockey game, and we talk all the time about how that can go, and that doesn't mean the power play has to score, but just generate chances and momentum, and same for the penalty kill. And I did that, I think we did that on both fronts, specifically the power play, where, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I thought it was back and forth, but then they tilted the ice, and they had us on our heels, and consequently you're down 2, and the power play gets an opportunity, and I think we had 8 shots, and maybe 6 grade A opportunities within the house, and got rewarded with a goal. So certainly that was one of the key turning points of the game. And from then on, I thought we liked our game, and we defended well. They did get within 1, but overall I thought we did a pretty good job protecting the middle of the ice, and Beebs was there when we needed him.
We talked a bit about it in the postgame last night, but maybe just another thought on the impact that fourth line was able to make, and how far Jared Lucas-Savages and Matthew Boucher are coming along.
Yeah, well, depth scoring, right? And anytime you're a top 10 scoring team in the league, and I believe we went into last night's game 8. That means you're getting depth scoring. You got to have a good power play, and you got to have depth scoring if you're going to be in the top echelon of that category. And fortunately, heading into game 20, that is something that's been one of our strengths. And we need to continue to work on our goals against and our ability to defend. But from a positive perspective, certainly that has been a strength of ours, with the power play being in the top 5 in the league, and then all of a sudden we've got some guys contributing offensively, and you can tell Luco why he was a scorer in junior and NCAA, and he's got a knack for getting to those right areas, and very good at tipping pucks in front of the net and getting the blue paint, and he got rewarded last night. I think he's been a nice addition since he's joined us, and you can see there is a reason why he was able to get 11 goals in this league last year. And the Boucher kid, he's come along real nice. He's very coachable, works hard in practice, takes in detail very well, and I think that's one of the reasons he's been able to improve on a game-to-game basis. And you add that tenacity that he brings to the table and that compete level, and he's certainly been rewarded too. So a couple feel-good stories in a season so far that's brought a lot of injuries to key people, but that's how you can sustain winning in this league, is you find those diamonds in the rough that maybe haven't had opportunities, and they're taking the most of their chance right now with us, and consequently we've been able to hover around 500 and stay in the mix in that playoff picture.
You mentioned how happy you are with your power play. What about Max Gannett and just his development becoming a top power play quarterback?
Yeah, it's a really good point, and I said that to David Bell last night post game when we were in the room there bantering about the game, that Max is certainly evolving in that position and feeling a lot more comfortable, specifically in the OZP, walking the line and making the right read, whether he needs to get that puck down to the blue paint or use his flank forward. So we feel that the power play breakout is a little bit of a work in progress with him, but in terms of the in zone play, he's come along very nicely, and again, a guy that's been given opportunity and continues to get better at something that's been a very, very positive for us so far in the season.
Utica, Kevin Dineen, veteran coach. What do you see from his teams kind of when you watch the tape?
Well, the next two nights, today and tomorrow afternoon, it's all about stopping the transition game. Last night I do feel that Syracuse and Belleville play very similar styles at their best when they're utilizing the forecheck. Not that you can't score off the rush. Both teams certainly try that, but I do feel that we are more of a forechecking type of team so far, and that's just the identity of the team as you get to that game 20 to 25 mark, where so far when we've played Toronto twice now and Utica once, they're certainly a heavy transition team, and not that they're not going to use the forecheck, but we got burned on a couple of goals in Utica off their transition game with their D during the rush. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys for us tonight, is our willingness to make smart plays at the blue line and not fuel any of that transition game.
And the division is so tight again, as it always is. How do you kind of overturn, I guess, the result that you had in Utica the other week here tonight?
Well, I really liked our game in Utica, and that's always a tough building, and we played a very, very strong game in that building, and I think tonight will be another test for us. But at home, you want to take advantage of these home games, and anytime there's a team right around you in the standings, and with so much divisional play, it's always 4 points swings when you're playing those type of games. So, for us, as I told the players this morning, it's just about, getting our rest, getting the brain fueling again in terms of how we need to play to be effective tonight. Have a good meal, maybe hit a sauna this afternoon, whatever it takes to get your legs and your mind ready for another big tilt tonight.
What's the lineup look like tonight compared to yesterday?
Yeah, well, we're certainly going to go with the same lineup. With Larson recalled with the Zub injury, that means Bernie's going to go in, as we only have 6 healthy defensemen right now, with Rubens and Aspero out injured. So that'll be the only change within the skaters, and it's Mando's turn now, right? Coming off a pretty solid effort in Utica, and made some big saves there for us. So now he needs to come ready to play. It's been 10 days since he's been in the net, but we're expecting a big performance from him tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Okay, thanks, guys.